let's talk about Athena SQL, which is what you're primarily going to be using. There is Athena that uses Apache Spark, but again, Athena SQL is the main show here. And so we need to understand the components involved. Here is a screenshot of the UI in the AWS Management Console if you wanted to do a query. So let's take a look at some of the things here. The first is we have a work group. This will allow you to save your queries, which you can grant permissions to other users to access. So if you've made a bunch of queries, you can share it with another person. You have your data source. This is a group of databases, and sometimes we call these catalogs. So that is pretty straightforward there. We have our database, a group of tables, sometimes called a schema. We have a table. This is data that is organized as a group of rows or columns, so the little data structure. Then you have the data set. This is the raw data of the table, which is going to be in your data source. Now, AWS Data Catalog or Glue Data Catalog has a large relationship between Athena and itself. And so that's why you see the word catalog for data source, because it's going to tie over to AWS Glue Data Catalog. Some other things we should know, and this isn't specific to Athena, but this is just SQL. And so SQL has, which is the SQL language, has a subset of SQL, and you should know these terms, and they're utilized whether using relational databases or Athena SQL or wherever else. But let's give a quick review here. The first is data definition language, DDL. This is a subset of SQL to define schema. So when you use the create command, the alter command, the drop command, you're doing DDL. You have data manipulation language, DML. This is a subset of SQL to manipulate data sets. You have insert, update, delete. Then you have data query language, DQL. This is a subset of SQL to select data sets. All right, and so for DQL, we have select. Select. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So I don't know why they bother with having these subsets of the languages, but sometimes when you're using cloud, you'll see them talk about data definition language, and they're just talking about those type of commands that can be utilized. So I just wanted to get you familiar with those again. The workflow for Athena is often to dump the query results of to a destination bucket. I don't know, I said of the destination bucket, but it's to a bucket. So just understand that you are generally pulling data from an S3 bucket and you're dumping it back out to an S3 bucket, and that will be the primary driver for integrations. Okay.